Now, President William Samoei Ruto has the dream of making Kenya look like Singapore. And we all, if not all of us, then most of us have had this narrative that, the president is good. The only person who is bad are the people surrounding him. Now, we want to dissect this in a very simple manner. Now, are you aware that there was a bill by the name Kenya Sovereign Wealth Fund 2025? It was a bill, but right now it is an act. As you are busy preparing for your Christmas, your members of parliament were busy passing that bill. What does it entail? So that you get to tell me, who are saying that Ruto is good but the people surrounding him are bad. Let us get into details. Now, we have the Kenya Sovereign Wealth Fund Act. Now, this act states that monies and revenues gotten from all the minerals and petroleum, profits from privatization and strategic asset sale and budget surpluses and external grants earmarked for investments, all those revenues will be put under one umbrella by the name Kenya Sovereign Wealth, SWF. Now, remember we have petroleum in Turkana, we have gold in Migori, and the recent one that was discovered in Kakamega. Now, this act has been divided into three components. What are these components? One, we have stabilization components. This is meant to cushion the economy from revenue volatility. Just go with me slowly by slowly. I'll explain. B, we have strategic infrastructure component, whose funds, which will be used to fund major development projects. Then we have future generation, which is known as Urithi component. These will be used for long-term savings for future generations. Now, in this bill, there's also a report that states that recently President William Samoei Ruto launched the SWF framework, that is the Sovereign Wealth Fund framework, alongside the National Infrastructure Fund as part of the Kenya's 5 trillion shillings development roadmap over the next decade. Now, what is this SWF going to do? It is going to build 50 mega dams, 200 mini dams, 1,000 micro dams, 2,500 kilometer dueling of highways, tarmacking of 28,000 kilometers of road, expanding the standard gauge railway, and modernizing airports. Now that is the main point I want you to listen to. Is this new to your ears? Remember when Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was campaigning to be the president for the first time and his running mate was William Samoei Ruto? On the presidential debate, you remember the promises that William Samoei Ruto made about dams and the stadiums. Do you remember it? Has the dream been realized up to date? Now, he is the president. 1 year towards the general elections. Here he comes with more promises. Just listen to these. 50 mega dams, 200 mini dams, 1,000 micro dams, 2,500 kilometer dueling of highways, tarmacking of 28,000 kilometers of road, expanding the standard gauge railway and modernizing airports. If Ruto, in 3 or 4 years, he wasn't able to do that, will this regime manage to do it in 1 year? I mean, let us be honest. Politicization of issues. Now, they say it matters because it will reduce reliance on borrowing. I mean, the management and disbursement of these funds have been centered under the office of the CS and National Treasury. Another red flag. You know, when the sovereign fund is politicized, these people will use it to make their personal investments in the name of sovereign investment. Yeah? 1 year to general elections. These promises are coming. Now, if you think you are smarter enough, let us go back to the issue of Ruto saying that he wants to make Kenya look like Singapore. By the way, if you don't know, the Prime Minister of Singapore did go to an extent of jailing his relatives who were involved in corruption. Let us take that as a case study and bring it here into Kenya. William Samoei Ruto's regime. We have allegations in petitions and public claims. Now, we have a human rights group that back then filed a legal petition seeking to remove Ali Hassan Joho as a CS, alleging economic crimes, drug trafficking, and misappropriation of funds during his earlier political roles. The petition argued these issues made him unfit for cabinet office. Ali Hassan Joho, CS for blue economy and mining. Good. We have other claims from political figures like former Deputy President Gachagua publicly stated that Joho is a drug baron linked to international drug cartels and accused him of enabling drug smuggling through the airport. Yes, it is a political claim which has not been proven or no evidence has been provided. But whenever there is smoke, there is fire. Why hasn't there investigations that have reached a conclusive analysis? Why these allegations have not been investigated? We also have other cabinet secretaries in Ruto's government linked to allegations of public controversies. Aden Duale, alleged mismanagement and corruption concerns within the Social Health Authority, including claims of payments to ghost facilities and weak oversight, leading to a parliamentary scrutiny and calls for accountability. Ali Hassan Joho again, CS for mining and blue economy, faced public petitions and objections during vetting citing integrity concerns, including allegations of economic misconduct. These claims were raised politically and legally have not resulted in court convictions. Why? Davis Chirchir, CS for Roads and Transport, formerly Energy, linked in public discourse to controversial fuel and procurement deals during his tenure in the energy sector, raising questions about transparency and value for money. In whose regime? Ruto's regime. Kipchumba Murkomen, CS Interior, criticized of alleged involvement in controversial transport and energy-related decisions in earlier roles, alongside public backlash of perceived opulence amid economic hardship. Do you still want to sell the narrative that the ones surrounding Ruto are the bad people? Who appoints the cabinet secretaries, or are they elected? The last time I checked, I think our constitution states that these people are appointed by the president? Or did it change? Oh, it has not changed. Now, if Ruto himself is having people whose names have been tarnished, have been mentioned either in the drug cartel businesses, economic sabotages, corruption cases, which Singapore are we talking about? Up there, I've just told you about the SWF fund and the promises, the dams, stadiums, roads. These are just but mere campaign tools. Anyway, it is up to you Kenyans to decide. The writings are written on the wall. If you like to come bash me over here because of the civic education I'm giving you, well and good. But remember, whenever a Kenyan in Turkana is crying, it will be same as that Kenyan in Nairobi crying, as that one in Mombasa crying. So, that is it. You have the tools of power to bestow or to remove the incumbent. Anyway, what's your take? Give me your thought in the comment section below. If you love content of this nature and you're watching from my YouTube channel, consider subscribing and pressing the notification button. So anytime that we are live or we upload content of this nature, you'll be the very first person to be notified. Ahmed Khalif is my name for the Unscripted Talks here in Dab Radio. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuhu.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, Dab Radio ndio mpango mzima.